Hey guys, it's Mizzy, and I'm a mixed girl in a mixed up world. Today I want to talk about 3 police-involved shootings. The first one is the Jacob Blake case. He was shot in the back 7 times by an officer in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was left paralyzed. The DA just announced that they will not be filing state charges against that officer. I am not shocked by this outcome. I figured that was what would happen, but I was hoping maybe, just maybe, he would be charged. There is still a federal civil rights case pending, but more times than not, those cases have the same outcome where officers are not charged. Now, there's also the Tamir Rice case. Same thing. There was a federal civil rights case that was still pending. He is a 12-year-old who was playing with a toy gun in the park, and officers pulled up, and an officer got out and shot him within 2 seconds. And they say that the video was too grainy, so they couldn't make a determination about the case. Now, that is bullcrap. People have gone to prison for worse videos. So I'm very heated about this case. I'm hoping that the new Justice Department will look at this case again and maybe decide something else. I hope that the family petitions for there to be another look at this case. The other case I want to discuss is the Breonna Taylor case. There has been some new developments that happened over the course of the last week where they fired 2 of the officers that were involved in that case. The officer that fired the fatal shot on Breonna, he was fired from the police department. And also the officer who authorized the raid on her apartment was also fired. Now, a lot of times they'll fire a police officer, but they don't pull that police officer's license. And that means the police officer can just go over to the next county and be hired there. More times than not, that's what happens. It's because police unions are too powerful and they lobby for the police officer. Instead of being terminated permanently, they can be terminated and moved to another department. So that protects the police officer and allows them to continue to work as a police officer. I think this is bull. When an officer is fired for misconduct, they should be fired and their license should be terminated, and they should no longer be allowed to operate as a police officer. So I'm hoping that's the case with this, but I don't believe that it is. I'm really annoyed with how our justice system is working when there is a federal case. More times than not, there is no justice on that end either. So usually the state doesn't file charges and then the feds don't file charges. I believe that our justice system needs to be reworked when it comes to federal cases. There needs to be more dissent decrees. There needs to be more put upon police departments to operate in a professional manner. They need to have put more pressure on police departments for when they have misconduct in their ranks, that there is more charges filed against them and discipline put on police departments so they can keep their officers in line. Because if there is no justice at state level and there's no justice at federal level, there's no justice at all. And this isn't good for society. We need officers who are not operating in the proper manner to be charged. Part of the problem is that police unions are too powerful. I personally believe police officers should have protection because there are too many people out there that are shady and will complain and sue officers. I do believe that they do need protection, but there is too much protection afforded to officers, and that is when bad officers become protected by the police unions and are allowed to continue to operate after they murder people. Our justice system needs to be overhauled. Main justice needs to be more on side of the people and not the officers. There should be, in a lot of these cases, civil rights violations. And more times than not, there are no violations. And that is not right. So I just wanted to touch upon these 3 cases because this is why I started my blog, because I was tired of seeing Black men being murdered by the police and not doing anything about it. And Black people in general, because Black women get murdered by the police also. I am tired of having to make videos about these subjects, but I will continue to, because I will not stop. I will not be silent. We need to overhaul our justice system top to bottom. Thank you for listening. I'm Mizzy, and I'm a mixed girl in a mixed up world. Have a great night.